Mr. McConnell? No.
On this vote, the yeas are 47, the nays are 53. The motion is not agreed to.
Mr. President.
I recognize the senator from Oregon.
Mr. President, I want to provide an opportunity tonight for us all to stand up for the Constitution, one of the most important powers that we have here as a Congress, and that is the ability to design a program and to fund a program. And once that's been signed into law by a President of the United States, it's the law of the land. The President has the responsibility to execute that program as designed and funded. But back in 1974, we decided to give the President a fast track to propose that something that we have designed and funded should be unfunded. It's called a rescission, a fancy name for us acting to unfund a program we previously had put in place. And here's the thing. That law, the Budget Act of 1974, says that it takes an affirmative vote of the Senate and of the House of Representatives to unfund the program that's already in law. But an unexpected challenge has emerged. And that unexpected challenge, that is, if the request from the President to unfund the program comes within 45 days of the end of the year, even if we were to act and turn down the rescission, it still means that under a grace period in the law, the funds evaporate at the end of the year. So, in other words, with no approval from the House or Senate, no new law being passed, the existing law is undone on the clock. It's like Cinderella's coach. It reaches midnight, and the coach becomes a pumpkin. It falls apart. It disappears. That is a threat that goes fundamentally to the difference between a democracy and an autocracy. In a democracy, we come together with all of our varied experiences, with all of our different parts of the country, and we say, here's programs and funding that fit our nation as a whole. It's a master compromise. But in an authoritarian government, one person decides what's funded and what isn't. And that is what happens in this special power when it's submitted within 45 days of the end of the fiscal year. So, however much one may like or dislike a given president in power, support or oppose, all of us have a responsibility to stand up for our constitutional power of the purse, that all of America will be served by the laws we pass, and that if they are to be undone, they have to be voted on by this chamber and the chamber down the hall in an affirmative fashion. So I will, at the appropriate moment, a minute or two from now, propose at that point to table an amendment that's in the tree so we can submit an amendment that will defend our Constitution, defend Article I power, defend our democracy. Thank you, Mr. President.
Got it. Mr. President.
Recognize the Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I would ask unanimous consent that the remaining roll call votes be 10 minutes in length.
Without objection. There will now be 2 minutes of debate equally divided.
Mr. President, I'll be happy.
Senator from Oregon.
I'll happy to give a portion of that equally divided time by saying simply this: none of us are well served by.
Can we have order in the chamber, please?
None of us are well served by a situation where the president decides to cancel programs based on the president's preferences. That's not a democracy. And whether it's this president or a future president, we need to have these rescission requests submitted in time for us to take action as the law requires. So submitting them with enough time to spare in the end of the fiscal year for us to vote up or down is the right thing to do, protects our constitutional power to design and fund programs. Thank you, Mr. President.
Is there further debate? Senator from Oregon.
Table Amendment 3946 for the purpose of offering my Amendment 3948 to defend our constitutional power of the purse and the importance of our democracy in ensuring that what we put into law stays in law unless we choose to change it.
Is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks, Ms. Baldwin. Mr. Banks, Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Bennett, Mrs. Blackburn, Mr. Blumenthal, Ms. Blunt Rochester, Mr. Booker, Mr. Bozeman, Mrs. Britt, Mr. Budd, Ms. Cantwell,
So, except for today. You literally flew down there and flew down? Yeah, every day. Had breakfast with them and busy with them, flew back. But tonight it was just not possible. When you were gifted, did anybody recognize you?
Mrs. Capito, Mr. Cassidy, Ms. Collins, Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn, Ms. Cortez Masto, Mr. Cotton, Mr. Kramer, Mr. Crapo, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Curtis, Mr. Daines, Ms. Duckworth, Mr. Durbin, Ms. Ernst, Mr. Fetterman, Mrs. Fisher,
But I like that. Swoop in. That's good.
Mr. Gallego, Mrs. Gillibrand, Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley, Mr. Haggerty, Ms. Hassan, Mr. Hawley, Mr. Heinrich, Mr. Hickenlooper, Mr. Rono, Mr. Hoven, Mr. Husted, Mrs. Hyde-Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Justice, Mr. Kane, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim, Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan, Ms. Lummis, Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran, Mr. Moreno,
No.
Mr. Mullen, Ms. Murkowski, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune, Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock, Ms. Warren, Mr. Welch, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden, Mr. Young. Senators voting in the affirmative. Baldwin, Blumenthal, Blunt Rochester, Cantwell, Coons, Fetterman, Gallego, Hickenlooper, Kane, Kelly, Kim, King, Klobuchar, Lujan, Markey, Merkley, Murphy, Murray, Ossoff, Padilla, Reed, Rosen, Sanders, Smith, Van Hollen, Warner, Welch, Whitehouse, Wyden. Mr. Bennett, aye. Mr. Durbin, aye. Senators voting in the negative. Banks, Barrasso, Blackburn, Bozeman, Britt, Budd, Cassidy, Cornyn, Cotton, Kramer, Crapo, Cruz, Curtis, Daines, Ernst, Fisher, Graham, Grassley, Hawley, Hoven, Husted, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Justice, Kennedy, Langford, Lee, McConnell, McCormick, Moody, Moran, Moreno, Mullen, Murkowski, Paul, Ricketts, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of Florida, Scott of South Carolina, Sheehy, Sullivan, Tillis, Tuberville, Wicker, Young. Ms. Lummis, no. Ms. Alsobrooks, aye. Mr. Risch, no. Ms. Hirono, aye.
Well, it wasn't all going to be in one place, but
Mr. Thune, no.
I know it's not.
Mr. Peters, aye. Mr. Booker, aye. Mr. Schumer, aye. Mr. Heinrich, aye. Mr. Schiff, aye. Ms. Hassan, aye. Mrs. Shaheen,
Oh, 39,
aye.
44. It was the original.
Ms. Duckworth, aye. Mr. Schatz, aye. Mr. Marshall, no. Ms. Collins, no. Mr. Haggerty, no. Mrs. Capito, no. Ms. Cortez Masto, aye. Ms. Warren, aye. Ms. Slotkin, aye. Mr. Warnock, Mr. Warnock, aye. Mrs. Gillibrand, Mrs. Gillibrand, aye.
On this vote, the yeas are 47, the nays are 53. The motion is not agreed to.
Mr. President,
I recognize the senator from Kentucky. And I ask order in the chamber while the senator is speaking, please.
instead of a clean CR, this bill contains language that has been airdropped in that will destroy hemp farming in Kentucky and across the United States. Tucked away on page 163, Title 7, Division B of this spending package is a provision that will shut down the hemp industry across the United States. My amendment would strip the provision designed to regulate the hemp industry to death. The bill as it now stands overrides the regulatory frameworks of several states, cancels the collective decisions of hemp consumers, and destroys the livelihoods of hemp farmers. And it couldn't come at a worse time for America's farmers. Times are tough for our farmers. Farmers' costs have increased as the price of fertilizer and machinery have jumped, while prices for their crops like soybean, corn, and wheat have declined. For many farmers, hemp has proved to be a lifeline, a new cash crop. Farmers turn to growing hemp to mitigate the losses they've endured during this season of hardship. But that lifeline may soon be extinguished by this very legislation. The effective hemp ban included in this spending package is a result, we are told, of bad actors skirting the legal limits by overly enhancing the concentration of THC in their products. The hemp industry, myself and others, have come together and we have been willing to negotiate to get rid of the bad actors. And yet, instead, we are met with legislation that would be prohibition. Members of the industry, myself and others who are advocates of this, have been willing to get rid of synthetic cannabinoids. We have been willing to compromise at every turn, but we're met with the numbers in this bill which will eradicate the hemp industry. For the last several weeks, we've offered proposals with the goal of creating an environment in which the hemp industry could thrive and sell products. And we've been met with those who want to prohibit the industry from continuing. This bill's per-serving THC content limit would make illegal any hemp product that contains more than 0.4 milligrams. That would be nearly 100% of the existing market. The numbers put forward in this bill will eliminate 100% of the hemp products in our country. That amounts to an effective ban because the limit is so low that the products intended to manage pain or anxiety will lose their effect. The states have done what they're supposed to. The states have instituted laws. 23 states have instituted laws on hemp. None of them have limits anywhere close to what is being proposed in this bill. So what will happen is most of the things that your states have regulated, are regulating, and have made legal will be made illegal by this bill. This bill will effectively preempt and nullify all state laws concerning hemp. Currently, Maine limits THC to 3 milligrams per serving. That will be overruled. My home state limits THC to 5 milligrams in beverages. That will be overruled. Minnesota, Utah, Louisiana also have 5 milligrams per serving. Alabama and Georgia have 10 milligrams. Tennessee has 15 milligrams. The bill before us nullifies all these state laws and makes the hemp industry kaput. The language in this bill will outlaw all current hemp plants and seeds. It changes the definition of what a hemp plant is. It makes it so low that there may not even be an existing plant that can meet the parameters. But every plant in the country will have to be destroyed. Every hemp seed in the country will have to be destroyed. This is the most thoughtless, ignorant proposal to an industry that I've seen in a long, long time. The states have made progress, and more progress was coming. Most states have age limits. To add insult to injury, we are given this legislation in appropriation bills. We have Senate rules against this. So I would recommend that we vote for this amendment, and my amendment would strip out the language, and I would like to transfer the remainder of my time to Senator Merkley.
Mr. President, thank you very much. And
Before I recognize the senator from Oregon, I know it's late, but if everybody could take their conversations off the floor and give the respect to the speaker, please. I recognize the senator from Oregon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I really ask my colleagues, particularly on this side, to hear me out on this. The senators from Kentucky and Oregon cooperated to create the first research on hemp. We cooperated to give the first opportunity to move research seeds across state lines. We cooperated and pushed to create hemp as a legitimate agricultural product. CBD derived from hemp has been approved by the FDA for treating seizures. It is a legal medicine. We would wipe out an industry that we have spent more than a decade creating. Now, the advocates for this language that's in the bill will tell you this won't affect CBD. Every expert I've consulted has said that is exactly wrong, that this will, in fact, wipe out 95 to 99% of the industry. My colleague from Kentucky is exactly right. We asked our farmers to engage in this research. We asked them to build this industry. We should protect it for CBD. I support my other colleague from Kentucky who doesn't want intoxicated products produced from hemp. But the definition that is in this bill does far more than that, and it has to be fixed. So for now, it needs to be stripped out. Please support Senator Paul's position.
Mr. President.
I recognize the senator from Kentucky.
The language I helped secure in the Agriculture Appropriations Bill addresses a serious concern regarding the manufacturing and selling of unregulated, intoxicating THC products nationwide. I led the effort to legalize industrial hemp through the 2014 pilot program and the 2018 Farm Bill. Unfortunately, companies have exploited a loophole in the 2018 legislation by taking legal amounts of THC from hemp and turning it into intoxicating substances and then marketing it to children in candy-like packaging and selling it easily accessible places like gas stations and convenience stores all across our country. So children end up being the unknowing consuming of these poisonous products and being sent to the hospital at an alarming rate. My efforts to close the loophole and stop this from happening are included in this appropriations package. It will keep these dangerous products out of the hands of children while preserving the hemp industry for farmers. Industrial hemp and CBD will remain legal for industrial applications such as seed, stock, fiber, grain oil, or used in drug trials. This language merely classifies the original intent of the 2018 Farm Bill, rooting out the bad actors and protecting the growing hemp industry. While some may masquerade as advocates for hemp farmers, even sometimes threatening to hold up government funding over this issue, I'll continue to work on behalf of Kentucky's farmers while protecting our children, not only in my state, but in yours as well. I would urge my colleagues to do the same. Therefore, I move to table Senate Amendment 3941 and ask for the ayes.
Is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks, Ms. Baldwin, Mr. Banks, Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Bennett, You're a no. You're a no. Sir. Good deal.
This Rand Paul's amendment.
It's a motion. Mrs. Blackburn, Mr. Blumenthal, Ms. Blunt Rochester. Thanks. Thank you. Gotcha. You're an aye. Mr. Booker. Mr. Bozeman. Mrs. Britt, Mr. Budd, Ms. Cantwell. Mrs. Capito. Mr. Cassidy. Who? Yeah. You're an aye and you're an aye. Thank you.
I don't know if they're good, but they're high. That might be a stretch. But.
Ms. Collins, Mr. Coons. Mr. Cornyn. Ms. Cortez Masto. Mr. Cotton. Mr. Kramer. Mr. Crapo. Mr. Cruz. Mr. Curtis. Mr. Daines. Ms. Duckworth. Mr. Durbin. Ms. Ernst, Mr. Fetterman, Mrs. Fisher. Mr. Gallego, Mrs. Gillibrand. Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley. Mr. Haggerty. Ms. Hassan. Mr. Hawley, Mr. Heinrich. Mr. Hickenlooper. Ms. Hirono. Mr. Hoven, Mr. Husted. Mrs. Hyde-Smith. Mr. Johnson, Mr. Justice, Mr. Kane, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim, Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan, Ms. Lummis, Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran. Just a moment. Sorry. Thanks. Mr. Marino.
Aye.
Mr. Mullen. Ms. Murkowski. Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed. Thank you. Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen. Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders. Mr. Schatz. Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Schumer. I have you. Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune, Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville. You haven't voted. Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock, Ms. Warren, Mr. Welch, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden, Mr. Young. Senators voting in the affirmative: Alsobrooks, Banks, Barrasso, Blackburn, Blunt-Rochester, Britt, Budd, Cantwell, Capito, Cassidy, Collins, Cornyn, Kramer, Curtis, Daines, Ernst, Fetterman, Graham, Grassley, Hassan, Heinrich, Hirono, Husted, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Justice, Kennedy, Kim, Klobuchar, Lankford, Lujan, Lummis, Marshall, McConnell, McCormick, Moody, Marino, Mullen, Murkowski, Murray, Padilla, Reed, Ricketts, Rosen, Rounds, Schiff, Schmidt, Scott of Florida, Scott of South Carolina, Shaheen, Sheehy, Smith, Sullivan, Thune, Tillis, Tuberville, Van Hollen, Whitehouse, and Young. Mrs. Fisher. Aye. Mrs. Gillibrand. Aye. Mr. Hawley. Aye. Senators voting in the negative: Baldwin, Bennett, Blumenthal, Booker, Cruz, Gallego, Hickenlooper, Hoeven, Markey, Merkley, Paul, Peters, Sanders, Schumer, Welch, and Wyden. Mr. Moran. Aye. Mr. Kelly, no. Yes, I do. Mr. Booker, no. Mr. Ossoff? No. Mr. Durbin? Aye. Mr. King? Aye. Ms. Duckworth? No. Mr. Risch? Aye. Mr. Crapo? Aye. Mr. Warner? Aye. Mr. Wicker? Aye. Mr. Haggerty? Aye. Ms. Duckworth? Aye. Mr. Hoven? Aye. Mr. Lee? Aye. Mr. Coons? No. Mr. Coons? Aye. Mr. Schatz? No. Mr. Cotton?
Just checking to make sure you knew what we're voting on.
Aye. Mr. Bozeman? Aye. Mr. Kane? No. Ms. Slotkin? No. Ms. Slotkin? Aye. Ms. Cortez Masto? Aye. Ms. Warren, no. Mr. Murphy, no. Mr. Warnock, no. Ms. Smith? No. Ms. Klobuchar? No. The yeas are 76, the nays are 24, and the motion is agreed to.
These are 76.
The yeas are 76, the nays are 24. The motion to table is agreed to.
The yeas are 76, the nays are 24. The motion to table is agreed to.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Senator from Maine,
I yield back all remaining time.
without objection. Just under the previous order, the clerk will report the motion to invoke cloture.
Cloture motion. We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close debate on Substitute Amendment 3937 to Calendar 168, H.R. 5371, an act making continuing appropriations and extensions for fiscal year 2026 and for other purposes, signed by 17 senators.
Under the previous order, the mandatory quorum call under Rule 22 has been waived. The question is it the sense of the Senate that debate on amendment number 3937 offered by the senator from Maine to H.R. 5371, an act making continuing appropriations and extensions for fiscal year 2026 and for other purposes, shall be brought to a close. The yeas and nays are mandatory under the rule. Under the rule, the clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks, Ms. Baldwin, Mr. Banks, Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Bennett, Mrs. Blackburn, Mr. Blumenthal, Ms. Blunt Rochester, Mr. Booker, Mr. Bozeman, Mrs. Britt, Mr. Budd, Ms. Cantwell, Mrs. Capito, Mr. Cassidy, Ms. Collins, Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn, Ms. Cortez Masto, Mr. Cotton, Mr. Kramer, Mr. Crapo, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Curtis, Mr. Daines, Ms. Duckworth, Mr. Durbin, Ms. Ernst, Mr. Fetterman, Mrs. Fisher, Mr. Gallego, Mrs. Gillibrand, Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley, Mr. Haggerty, Ms. Hassan, Mr. Hawley, Mr. Heinrich, Mr. Hickenlooper, Ms. Hirono, Mr. Hoven, Mr. Husted, Mrs. Hyde-Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Justice, Mr. Kane, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim, Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan, Ms. Lummis, Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran, Mr. Moreno, Mr. Mullen, Ms. Murkowski, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune, Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock, Ms. Warren, Mr. Welch, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden, Mr. Young, Senators voting in the affirmative: Banks, Barrasso, Bozeman, Britt, Budd, Capito, Cassidy, Cornyn, Cortez Masto, Cotton, Crapo, Daines, Durbin, Ernst, Fetterman, Fisher, Graham, Grassley, Hassan, Hawley, Hoven, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Kane, King, Langford, Lummis, Marshall, McCormick, Moody, Moran, Moreno, Ricketts, Risch, Rosen, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of Florida, Scott of South Carolina, Shaheen, Sheehy, Tillis, Tuberville, Wicker, Young. Senators voting in the negative: Alsobrooks, Baldwin, Bennett, Blumenthal, Blunt Rochester, Coons, Duckworth, Gallego, Heinrich, Hickenlooper, Hirono, Kelly, Kim, Lujan, Markey, Merkley, Murphy, Murray, Ossoff, Hall, Peters, Reed, Sanders, Schiff, Slotkin, Smith, Van Hollen, Warner, Warnock, Warren, Welch, Whitehouse. Mr. Curtis, aye. Ms. Collins, aye. Mr. Kennedy, aye. Mr. Schatz, no. Mrs. Blackburn, aye. Ms. Cantwell, no.
But I don't have 3947. Normally I would carry that.
Mr. Cruz, aye. Mr. Booker, no. Mr. Mullen, aye. Mr. McConnell, aye. Mr. Husted, aye. Mrs. Gillibrand, no. Mr. Padilla, no. Mr. Thune, aye. Mr. Lee, aye. Mr. Schumer, no. Mr. Haggerty, aye. Mr. Wyden, no. Ms. Murkowski, aye. Mr. Kramer, aye. Ms. Klobuchar, no. Mr. Justice, aye. Mr. Sullivan, aye.
On this vote, the yeas are 60 and the nays are 40. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn have voted in the affirmative. The motion is agreed to. Cloture having been invoked, the motion to commit and the amendments pending thereto fall. Under the previous order, the pending amendments, other than the substitute amendment number 3937, are withdrawn and all post-cloture time is expired. The question occurs on the substitute amendment.
Mr. President, I yield back all. Mr. President, yield back all debate time.
Without objection. Questions on the amendment? Is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. Clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks, Ms. Baldwin, Mr. Banks, Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Bennett, Mr. Blumenthal, I did, thank you. Thank you. Kim. Thank you. I got you. Senator, thank you. Mrs. Murray, thank you.
What's your last name? Stan. I know your dad.
Sheehy, McCormick.
Your dad's a great guy. Yes, sir, he is. You ought, not every week, but every now and then you ought to listen to him. I try to. You don't always have to now. You ought to listen to him. He knows stuff. Yes, sir. Tell him how that happened. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Johnson, Marino. Thank you. Mr. Blumenthal, Ms. Blunt Rochester. I did get you. Thank you very much. Mr. Booker.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
No, me too.
You're a yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You doing all right, Coach? Okay.
For the holidays, it'd be nice.
I'm giving a rep the door.
Who?
Fetterman was trying to vote from the door a minute ago. I'll get up.
Oh, tell him I got him.
We have got it.
Thank you.
I think the hard lifting is done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Booker, Mr. Bozeman, Mrs. Britt. Mr. Budd, Ms. Cantwell, Mrs. Capito, Mr. Cassidy. Ms. Collins, Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn, Ms. Cortez Masto. Mr. Cotton, Mr. Kramer, Mr. Crapo. Mr. Cruz, Mr. Curtis, Mr. Daines, Ms. Duckworth, Mr. Durbin. Ms. Ernst, Mr. Fetterman, Mrs. Fisher. Mr. Gallego. Mrs. Gillibrand. Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley. Sir. Mr. Haggerty, Ms. Hassan. Mr. Hawley. Mr. Heinrich, Mr. Hickenlooper, Ms. Hirono. Mr. Hoven. Mr. Husted, Mrs. Hyde-Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Justice. Mr. Kane. Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim. Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar. Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan. Ms. Lummis, Mr. Markey. Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody. Mr. Moran. Mr. Marino, Mr. Mullen. Ms. Murkowski. Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff. Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed. Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rounds. Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz. Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt. Mr. Schumer. Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin. Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan. Mr. Thune, Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock. Ms. Warren. Mr. Welch. Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden, Mr. Young. Senators voting in the affirmative: Banks, Barrasso, Blackburn, Bozeman, Britt, Budd, Capito, Collins, Cornyn, Cotton, Kramer, Crapo, Cruz, Curtis, Daines, Durbin, Ernst, Fetterman, Fisher, Graham, Grassley, Haggerty, Hassan, Hawley, Hoven, Husted, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Justice, Kane, Kennedy, King, Lankford, Lee, Lummis, Marshall, McConnell, McCormick, Moody, Moran, Marino, Mullen, Murkowski, Ricketts, Risch, Rosen, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of Florida, Scott of South Carolina, Shaheen, Sheehy, Sullivan, Thune, Tillis, Tuberville, Wicker, and Young. Senators voting. Yep. Thank you. Senators voting in the negative: also Brooks, Baldwin, Bennett, Blunt Rochester, Cantwell, Coons, Duckworth, Gallego, Gillibrand, Heinrich, Hickenlooper, Kelly, Kim, Lujan, Markey, Merkley, Murphy, Murray, Padilla, Paul, Peters, Reed, Sanders, Schiff, Smith, Van Hollen, Warner, Welch, Whitehouse, and Wyden. Mr. Cassidy, aye. Ms. Hirono, no. Mr. Booker, no. Ms. Klobuchar? No. Mr. Ossoff? No. Mr. Schatz? No. Ms. Slotkin? No. Ms. Warren? No. Ms. Cortez Masto? Aye. Mr. Schumer? No. Mr. Blumenthal? No. Mr. Warnock? No. The nays are 60, the nays are 40, and the amendment is agreed to.
On this vote, the yeas are 60, the nays are 40. The amendment is agreed to.
I yield back our debate time.
Mr. President,
Senator from Wyoming.
I yield back all debate time.
Without objection. The clerk will report the motion to invoke cloture.
Cloture motion. We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a closed debate on Calendar 168, H.R. 5371, an act making continuing appropriations and extensions for fiscal year 2026 and for other purposes, as amended, signed by 17 senators.
Under the previous order, the mandatory quorum call under Rule 22 has been waived. The question is it the sense of the Senate that debate on H.R. 5371, an act making continuing appropriations and extension for fiscal year 2026 and for other purposes, shall be brought to a close? The yeas and nays are mandatory under the rule. The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Also Brooks.
Ms. Baldwin. Mr. Banks.
Most popular woman in the Senate in about 10 minutes.
Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Bennett. Mrs. Blackburn, Mr. Blumenthal, Ms. Blunt Rochester, Mr. Booker,
Yeah, okay, it would be fun.
Mr. Bozeman, Mrs. Britt, Mr. Budd, Ms. Cantwell, Mrs. Capito, Mr. Cassidy, Ms. Collins, Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn, Ms. Cortez Masto, Mr. Cotton, Mr. Kramer,
Come back next Tuesday. So, but
Mr. Crapo,
it's a good trade-off.
Mr. Cruz, Mr. Curtis,
10 straight weeks. Going on 11.
Mr. Daines, Ms. Duckworth,
Time to disperse. You know?
Mr. Durbin, Ms. Ernst,
We had actually started the shutdown. Really.
Mr. Betterman,
It's good to get to this. Yeah.
Mrs. Fisher, Mr. Gallego, Mrs. Gillibrand, Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley, Mr. Haggerty, Ms. Hassan, Mr. Hawley, Mr. Heinrich, Mr. Hickenlooper, Mr. Rono, Mr. Hoven, Mr. Husted, Mrs. Hyde-Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Justice, Mr. Kane, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim, Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan, Ms. Lummis, Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran, Mr. Moreno, Mr. Mullen, Ms. Murkowski, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff,
Yes.
Mr. Padilla,
Meals on Wheels. I can do that. That's it. And I can watch if I could be the nosy neighbor and watch. But I can do
Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters,
They can call me names if they want to. I'm okay with that.
Mr. Reed, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen,
They don't agree with you? They think you should
Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune, Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock, Ms. Warren, Mr. Welch,
Some of them don't like it. But I do.
Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden, Mr. Young,
Capture those videos. Please share them with me because I think they're hilarious. I just like, what else do I have?
Senators voting in the affirmative: Banks, Barrasso, Blackburn, Bozeman, Budd, Capito, Cassidy, Cornyn, Cortez Masto, Cotton, Kramer, Curtis, Daines, Ernst, Fetterman, Haggerty, Hassan, Hovind, Husted, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Justice, Kane, Kennedy, King, Lee, Marshall, McCormick, Moran, Moreno, Mullen, Murkowski, Ricketts, Risch, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of Florida, Scott of South Carolina, Shaheen, Sheehy, Sullivan, Tillis, Tuberville, Wicker, Young. Mrs. Moody, aye. Mrs. Fisher, aye. Mr. Crapo, aye. Mr. Graham, aye. Senators voting in the negative: also Brooks, Baldwin, Bennett, Blumenthal, Blunt Rochester, Booker, Cantwell, Coons, Gillibrand, Heinrich, Hickenlooper, Hirono, Kelly, Kim, Markey, Merkley, Murphy, Murray, Ossoff, Paul, Reed, Sanders, Schiff, Schumer, Slotkin, Smith, Van Hollen, Warner, Warnock, Warren, Wyden. Mr. McConnell, aye. Mr. Langford, aye. Mr. Hawley, aye. Mr. Durbin, aye. Mr. Peters, no. Mr. Cruz, aye. Mr. Thune, aye. Miss Lummis, aye. Mrs. Britt, aye. Mr. Schatz, no. Ms. Collins, aye. Mr. Whitehouse, no. Ms. Klobuchar, no. Mr. Grassley, aye. Mr. Gallego, no. Mr. Padilla, no. Ms. Duckworth, no. Mr. Welch, no. Mr. Lujan, no. Miss Rosen, aye.
On this vote, the yeas are 60, the nays are 40. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn have voted in the affirmative. The motion is agreed to. Under the previous order, Senator from Maine.
Mr. President, I want to thank all of our colleagues for their hard work on this bill. I'm excited about its impending passage. I hope that will mean that we will immediately reopen government as soon as the House acts and the President signs it into law. And I'm also very pleased that we were able to fully fund 3 appropriations bills that passed with overwhelming bipartisan support on August 1st. So I thank my colleagues. I know of no other requests for time, and I would yield back the remaining time.
Without objection. Under the previous order, the clerk will read the title of the bill for the third time.
Calendar number 168, H.R. 5371, an act making continuing appropriations and extensions for fiscal year 2026 and for other purposes.
The question occurs on the passage of the bill as amended. Is there sufficient second? There appears to be. Clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks. Okay, you guys are good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You got it.
White House, no.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. McCormick? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Baldwin?
Sure enough, not delayed.
I got you. I got you. Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, take care. I got you. Yes, thank you. Sanders? You're a no. And Coons? Thank you. I do. I'm coming right over. Johnson, just list your name out. Johnson, Cruz, and Scott. Thank you. Thank you. Cornyn. Thank you. Got you. Tuberville. Got, Justice, yeah. Awesome. You're an aye. Thank you. You're an aye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Bo. You're an aye. Thank you. You're an aye. Mr. Bennett, Mrs. Blackburn, Mr. Blumenthal. I got you.
He's good.
Ms. Blunt Rochester, Mr. Booker. Mr. Bozeman. Mrs. Britt, Mr. Budd. Thank you. Ms. Cantwell. Mrs. Capito, Mr. Cassidy, Ms. Collins. Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn, Ms. Cortez Masto. Mr. Cotton. Mr. Kramer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Crapo, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Curtis, Mr. Daines. Thank you. Yes, I do. Thank you. Ms. Duckworth, Mr. Durbin, Ms. Ernst, Mr. Fetterman. Mrs. Fisher, Mr. Gallego, Mrs. Gillibrand, Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley. Mr. Haggerty. Thank you. I will. Ms. Hassan, Mr. Hawley, Mr. Heinrich, Mr. Hickenlooper, Ms. Verona, Mr. Hoven, Mr. Husted, Mrs. Hyde-Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Justice, Mr. Kane, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim, Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan. Okay. Ms. Lummis. Mr. Markey. Here now. Yeah. Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran, Mr. Marino, Mr. Mullen, Ms. Murkowski, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune. Yep. Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock. Thank you. Ms. Warren. Mr. Welch, Mr. Whitehouse. Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden. Mr. Young. Senators voting in the affirmative: Banks, Barrasso, Blackburn, Bozeman, Britt, Budd, Capito, Cassidy, Collins, Cornyn, Cotton, Kramer, Crapo, Cruz, Curtis, Daines, Durbin, Ernst, Fetterman, Fisher, Graham, Grassley, Haggerty, Hassan, Hawley, Hoven, Husted, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Justice, Kane, Kennedy, King, Lee, Lummis, McConnell, McCormick, Moody, Moran, Marino, Mullen, Ricketts, Risch, Rosen, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of Florida, Scott of South Carolina, Shaheen, Sheehy, Sullivan, Thune, Tillis, Tuberville, Wicker, and Young. I got it. Yep. Senators voting in the negative: Alsobrooks, Baldwin, Bennett, Blumenthal, Blunt-Rochester, Cantwell, Coons, Duckworth, Gallego, Gillibrand, Heinrich, Hickenlooper, Hirono, Kelly, Kim, Klobuchar, Lujan, Markey, Murphy, Murray, Ossoff, Padilla, Hall, Peters, Reed, Sanders, Schatz, Schiff, Slotkin, Smith, Van Hollen, Warner, Warnock, Welch, Whitehouse, and Wyden. Ms. Murkowski? Aye. Ms. Warren? No. Ms. Cortez Masto? Aye. Mr. Schumer, no. Mr. Langford, aye. Mr. Booker, no. Just Mr. Merkley? No. Mr. Marshall? Aye.
Yep. On this vote, the ayes are 60, the nays are 40. The bill as amended is passed. Under the previous order, the motion to reconsider is considered made and laid upon the table.
Mr. President.
Senator from Maine.
Mr. President, I just want to reiterate my gratitude for my colleagues, our staff who have worked night and day, literally, and all of those who have brought us to this point. We are going to reopen government. We're going to ensure that federal employees, whether they were furloughed or laid off or forced to work without pay, will now receive compensation that they've earned and deserve. And we will also be able to celebrate on Veterans Day tomorrow the fact that we have passed the appropriations bill for the VA. And this would not have come about without the work of so many people, too numerous to mention. But I do want to thank my fellow appropriators, particularly the chairs of the three committees, Senator Bozeman, Senator Hoeven, and Senator Mullen, for their hard work. I want to thank our House counterparts, particularly Chairman Cole, who worked night and day with us on getting conference agreements, and our Democratic colleagues who courageously realized that we could not let this shutdown continue to go on with the harmful consequences growing worse with each passing day. So I also want to particularly thank my staff. They literally went without sleep and worked continuously to do all that needed to be done. I want to thank Leader Thune and Leader Barrasso for their hard work and the work of their staff as well. So my list of gratitude could go on, but the hour is getting late, and I do want people to be able to go on home for the night and home, finally. Again, I think this is a great victory for the American people, and it shows that the Senate can work, that we can produce the results that are needed. I want to give a shout out to Senator Katie Britt, who is here this evening. She helped in so many ways with the negotiations. Senator Shaheen, Senator Kane, Senator Angus King, my colleague, and the rest of the 8 Democrats who are willing to cross party lines for the good of the people of this country. So thank you, Mr. President, for all that has been done and for your personal participation as well. I yield the floor.
Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, this has been a very long road, quite literally the longest shutdown in history. I am very, very happy to be able to say that we are coming to the end. And before we close today, I want to take the time to say thank you to my staff who have worked around the clock tirelessly now for the past 6 weeks, to the staff of the Appropriations Committee who have played a critical role in getting us to where we are here today, to the cloakroom staff, to every Senate staffer on both sides of the aisle who has spent 41 days coming into work without pay, to custodial staff who, again, without pay, have kept this building and the Senate office buildings livable, to all the institutional staff without whom this place would not run, to the Secretary of the Senate and everyone in her office, the Sergeant at Arms and her team, and the Architect of the Capitol and his staff, and everyone on the floor right now making this session happen, and to the men and women of the United States Capitol Police who have shown up during the shutdown day in and day out to protect the rest of us. I'm humbled by and grateful for your service. I know that the strain of these weeks has been immense, that you all have families, rent to meet, bills to pay, car and mortgage payments. And I'm grateful for all you have done to keep the Senate running, and for all that you do every day, shutdown or no shutdown, to serve the Senate and to serve our country. And with that, after 6 excruciating weeks, I will stop talking and let all of you get some rest. Mr. President, I yield the floor.
Majority Leader.
I move to proceed to executive session to consider calendar number 515.
The question is on the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The motion is agreed to. The clerk will report the nomination.
Nomination, Nuclear Regulatory Commission, Ho Nie of Alabama to be a member.
Mr. President, I send a cloture motion to the desk.
The clerk will report.
Cloture motion, we, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close debate on the nomination of Ho Nie of Alabama to be a member of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, signed by 17 senators as follows.
Mr. President, I ask consent to reading the names be waived.
Without objection.
And I move to proceed to legislative session.
The question is on the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. Motion is agreed to.
Mr. President, I move to proceed to executive session to consider calendar number 464.
The question is on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. Motion is agreed to. The clerk will report the nomination.
Nomination, Department of the Treasury, Donald Korb of Ohio to be Chief Counsel for the Internal Revenue Service and an Assistant General Counsel.
Mr. President, I send a cloture motion to the desk.
The clerk will report.
Cloture motion, we, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a closed debate on the nomination of Donald Korb of Ohio to be Chief Counsel for the Internal Revenue Service and an Assistant General Counsel in the Department of the Treasury.
Mr. President, I sent a cloture motion to the desk. I did that, yeah. But yeah. Do we waive the names, reading the names? Yeah.
Without objection.
Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate resume legislative session and be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
And I ask unanimous consent that all members of the Republican Conference be authorized to sign duly enrolled bills or joint resolutions from November the 11th through November the 18th.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent the Senate proceed to the consideration of SRS 497, which is at the desk.
The clerk will report.
SRS 497, permitting the collection of clothing, toys, food, and housewares during the holiday season for charitable purposes in Senate buildings.
Is there an objection to proceeding to the matter? Without objection, the Senate will proceed.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent the resolution be agreed to and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table with no intervening action or debate.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate now proceed to the en bloc consideration of the following resolutions which are at the desk: SRS 494, SRS 495, SRS 496, and SRS 498.
Is there an objection to proceeding en bloc? Without objection, the Senate will proceed en bloc.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the resolutions be agreed to, the preambles be agreed to, and that the motions to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table all en bloc.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business today, it adjourn to then convene for pro forma session only with no business being conducted on the following dates and times: Thursday, November 13th at 6:30 p.m. and Monday, November 17th at 3 p.m. Further, that when the Senate adjourns on Monday, November the 17th, it stand adjourned until 3:00 p.m. on Tuesday, November 18th, that following the prayer and pledge, the morning hour be deemed expired, the journal proceedings be approved today, at the time for the two leaders be reserved for the use later in the day, and the Senate be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each. Finally, notwithstanding Rule 22, that cloture motions filed today ripen at 5:30 p.m.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. President, if there's no further business to come before the Senate, I ask that it stand adjourned under the previous order.
The Senate stands adjourned until Thursday at 6:30 p.m.